Okay. So, dear masters, we're talking about soul plan. And just to recap, the aim, the goal, what we are looking forward, that means the soul, when it plans everything, is true healing. What is the true healing? True healing is not something you feel good today for a week. No, it is a true, divine, true feeling of oneness, feeling of love, feeling of joy, every day, every week, every month, for years. So we are not looking for a short term. It's true healing. Because once the healing takes place, then there is nothing to worry about the pain because of that healing. You are overcoming that. And when we are doing this, we are overcoming suffering, because remember, suffering is the way we put it as humans, not the soul. Soul does not know suffering. For soul, it is just an experience. You have to have both sides of experience. We call it good, bad, positive, negative. That's our words, our language. For soul, it is just an experience. Now, unfortunately, we have seen that in whole history of humanity, we learn through suffering. Can we avoid that? To some extent, absolutely. But remember, you have to experience. So you have to experience good, happy moment and also sad moments. So that part you're not avoiding, because then you will avoid the learning itself. Soul has to learn and move on towards nirvana in different birth, not in one alone. You take rebirth. So our aim is to increase the emotional independence. We increase the self-love. You have to love yourself. That is one of the common things we have seen we lack. Once you have emotional independence, you start appreciating yourself. You start loving yourself, the way you are, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you behave, not from others' perspective. And why we suffer, why we have this lack of belief? Because of certain false belief. It comes from the low level, low energy emotions like Kama, Krodha, Moh, Maya. So because of all this shame, guilt, pain, trauma, tragedies, it makes us believe certain things. And we start believing, oh, I'm powerless. Nobody loves me. I don't have enough. So feeling of lack. You doubt yourself, lack of self-esteem. Now, soul has planned this before taking birth in human form, that I will learn this. Soul does not know good, bad, positive, negative. For soul, it is just an experience. So the idea is to learn, move on. What are we trying to go away or overcoming? Overcoming the fears, the biasness. We are very judgmental. Ego, these things comes in the way of learning. Very quickly we become judgmental about others, the ego, and that is what we are trying to dilute and go away. Concept of free will means everything is planned, but there is option of plan B, plan C also. So soul decide that I will go this step, but if this step does not take place, or I learned already in previous step, then I don't need to go through this. I will have an option B, backup plan. And this way, you still learning without wasting time. And the life challenges actually run counter to our hopes. They are in the opposite direction. What does it mean? If you want to learn oneness, togetherness, peace, calm, harmony, you think you will take birth in a family where you will get all this, but actually it is the opposite. You will face the opposite situation to come and appreciate this. So you may take birth as a soul plan. You plan to take birth in a family where It's all chaotic. It's all going in haphazard way, everybody going in their own direction. So that you will appreciate the oneness, feeling of togetherness, and eventually you will come towards that. Life will bring you towards that. So you will not go directly there. You come to opposite direction. And through this, we are working on our karmas. And there are two key things for karma: balance and release. Balancing means in one part of the life, you may be giving care to someone, taking care of, it could be a physical, emotional, mental issue, whatever that may be. In other life or other part of life, you can be receiving care. So first you are giving, then you are receiving. So it's balances. But this balance will only be ending, like, if you are in, say, grade 6, so if you're in 6th class, you want to go to 7th class, you have to pass the exam. So balancing is good, but you have to release it in order to go to the next level. Release means there is always an emotion which is responsible for whatever you have balanced. You have to work on the emotion also, release it. Sometimes it could be fear. Oh, I'm donating. People will think it's a good thing, but I'm donating, sharing with others because of a fear inside me. So one time I'm donating, one time I'm receiving donation from others. But I have to work on the fear. If I don't work on the fear, the story will continue. And that is a little complex, but it's very important to understand this part of karma, because otherwise karma is very confusing topic sometimes. So this heals us from what? The low level energy we talked about, the belief. And then you work on your judgmental issue, ego, blaming, whether you blame on self or you blame others. This is one very big thing we all get stuck into. That's why forgiveness is very, very important. And you have to learn how to forgive. Just by saying I forgive you is not enough. We heal ourselves from the anger, from the guilt, and a lot of negative emotions that we, as a human, we accumulate. What we are trying here, physical body is helping us to learn, getting into the soul. Soul is what is actually learning to become what? The spirit self means. You can call God, universe, whatever. Aham Brahmasmi. We are all part of the universe. We are all part of the same superpower, you may call it. We have it. We have to understand, accept, acknowledge, make use of that superpower to be whatever you want, to become, to get whatever you want in life. So what are those false beliefs? I am unworthy, I never get good relationship, or my boss or my family, neighbor, we are always complaining or feeling bad about everything happening in my life, nothing good happens. All those kind of painful, negative emotions is what you are trying to overcome. Going towards high level emotions. What are high level emotions? Feeling of oneness, feeling of love, feeling of sharing, caring. So over the time, if you are always into this negative things, same thing will come more and more, because universe will give you whatever you are thinking all day. If you keep thinking negative, the universe will give you more and more negative. And that is why it is so important to overcome this negative thinking, your thoughts. Main thing, thoughts. So we learn through contrast, the opposite thing. So if you understand that, you will understand when we say, oh, it's very tough time, it's a bad time going on for me. No, it's just a learning time. You want to learn oneness, you may be in a total chaotic situation. That does not mean it's a bad time. It is bringing you towards that. Once you get, you will go to the next topic. So in one life, the soul may pick 2 or 3 topics that you will be covering in the whole life. Once you are complete, you go to the next life. Now, it's not that you end the life here and tomorrow you start a new life. No, in between 2 lives, the soul does this soul planning. It's a soul family life. We talked about, meaning there is a group of soul, same maturity level, which is like a family, and then you plan accordingly that, okay, in the next incarnation, okay, you will be my parents, or I will be your parents, or, spouse, or neighbors, or whatever. And then you plan the whole life to learn and keep walking as a soul towards nirvana. So the question may come that why I must suffer? Why can't I learn without suffering? So remember, this is a beautiful relationship, you, your soul, and other souls around you. There is no limit for the soul. There's no restriction. And you have to learn both sides of emotion, the good and the bad, the happy and the sad. That is why we go through this thing. Yes, if you have learned in the first attempt, whenever life throws a challenge to you, if you can see that this is what it means, you learn from it, you don't have to go through the same challenge second or the third time. And that is what we mean, you can cut down your suffering. So, for an example, when the soul does the pre-birth planning, one soul will say in the group that, hey, I always listen to others. I don't have courage to say no to others. The other will say, I never listen to others. I'm always telling others what to do. And they say, hey, let's plan. Whatever relationship they pick, whether parents, kids, or spouse, husband, wife, and they say, okay, at this age we will meet. I will learn this from you. You will learn this from me. And then this way you plan your whole life. This is pre-birth planning. This is the soul plan. And that's how you learn from each other, and you keep going up in the level spirituality of the soul towards nirvana. When we say beating life challenges, we don't want to keep thinking about the challenges. The more you think, it's the negative energy. It will bring more of that. So whole day you are thinking, oh my God, I have this problem, my knee pains, my knee pains, my knee pains. Guess what you will get tomorrow, next week, next month? More of knee pain. You have to think of health, not the pain. You have to think of what you want to be and not the challenges you have. The more you think, I will beat this, I will beat this, you are sending negative energy, negative message, and universe will give whatever message you give. So think of health, not the suffering. Think of happiness, not the pain, not the issue that you have right now. So sometimes we say, why this is happening to me? Everything bad happens to me. Why can't this be that way or this way? Remember, the more you think negative, the more it comes to you. Trust the universe. You have to trust. You have to say, I want this, and leave it to the universe to give it to you. If you are suffering through whatever, think of the other side. If it is a boss who's very, could be bullying, could be bad in terms of treating you, think of the positive. Okay, now I have a boss who's respecting me. Don't worry about the negativity. Think positivity, and then you will see one way or the other. You will get that in your life. And that is why it is so important to work on our thoughts. So dear friends, let's continue. This was a kind of a quick recap, and let's see in the same journey, let's say some more points. So our past memory. Now you may wonder if uncovering our past, that okay, in the previous life this happened, so that is why in this life I'm learning this. For example, we talked about past life regression. You can do that. You can learn what happened in the past life if you want. Some hints you will get. You will understand why whatever is happening in this life, it is happening because of that reason. So you may think that, okay, if everything is attached, why don't I get to know what is my soul plan? Means when I take birth, why I don't remember my previous life? Then I will know, okay, this is the reason I want to learn this, and it will be easy. But the problem is open book exam, because if you have everything in the book and you think, oh, you don't learn, right? If life is with no surprises, there will be no fun. If you know, okay, your plan is to learn this emotion, that emotion, you will try to rush. You will try to prove that, okay, I've learned. What is the next? What is the next? So truly you are not learning. You will be just trying to fool the system. That's why we are born with no memory of the previous life. It will be a big pain actually if you remember everything from all of your previous life. So don't worry what happened or not happened. There are ways you can be happy, peaceful, keep learning, keep moving. And that's what in meditation and in these topics, we keep talking about that. So one of the thing is, don't worry what happened. See what is repeatedly happening in your life. Small homework for everyone. If you think something is repeatedly happening, sometimes you may see, oh, I'm having, this, I take this decision and decisions are going against me. It could be a financial decision. It could be, job related. It could be family related. And you see the trend. I'm making mistakes here, here, here. Or whenever I do this, this thing happens only in this circumstances. So you will be able to see what has happened repeatedly in your life. Past week, past month, past year, past 5 years, past 10 years. You can go as back as you can, as your memory allows you. And that will give you a dot that, okay, this is a weakness. This is something I must learn. Universe is giving me messages again and again. I'm not accepting the message. I'm not learning. So it is sending back again and again. That is one way of knowing it. Stop playing the victim role. What is victim role? We say, oh, what can I do? I am so unlucky. I'm late because of weather. I am late because of, this person came without telling me and, took all my time and, wasted my time, or it was the traffic, it was an accident on the road and it took extra 1 hour or half an hour. And we are blaming others for everything and anything in our life. All this is a very low level energy. That means same, shame, guilt, pain, kama, krodha, moha, maya, and all that, tragedy, accidents in our life, family, all those things. These are low level, meaning they drag you down. You get stuck with this. And now you are playing the victim consciousness. It's not me, it's my luck. But remember, I am Brahmasmi. We all have the same part of the universe inside us. We all have the ansh of the universe inside us. A part is there. We have the same power. We have to realize, recognize, use it. So break this cycle of blaming, whether yourself or others. Sometimes it's so easy, we keep blaming ourselves for all the problem in life. So you have to come out of that. Take responsibility. Look into the concepts or beliefs, what you have. If they're all negative, switch them to positive. The moment you start feeling love for yourself, the way you are, the way you talk, the way you look, the way you behave, you have to love the way you are. Because we listen to feedback or comments of others and blame ourselves. Oh, I'm like this, people don't like me. Oh, I'm like that, people don't like me. Don't worry about all that. Each person is unique. You are who you are, same part of the universe. Come out of that victim role and you will see the moment you come out, positive things will happen to you. Why? Because now you're radiating positive energy. We are very judgmental by nature, but judgment means low level frequency, low level energy, means it will only bring problems in you. The way we say problem, right? Because judgment means creating separation, fear, anxiety. It only reflects the problems in life. Sometimes the moment you see someone, you start passing judgment. Oh, I know this person will do this or that. Why? I mean, how do you know? Just some biasness in your mind, very judgmental. It's all low level energy that is creating issues in your life. So when you know the pre-birth planning, you will have ease. You can easily overcome the judgmental thing. Otherwise, you are blaming everyone, including yourself, which is not good. And it is so easy to blame yourself, which does not work with respect to our relationship with the universe. Because it is causing separation. It is causing all the negativity in you. And whatever you are thinking, that's what you are getting in your day-to-day life. And then we wonder, my day is bad, my week is bad, everything is bad. But I'm sorry, half of it is what we are asking the universe. Universe does not know what you actually mean. It gives you whatever energy you are radiating. So again, second homework, if you want to see what could be the issue in me, please do this homework. Write down at least one item that you judge in others. Try to see usually what happens. What is it that I'm judging in others? Always. It could be the way they look. It could be the way they talk. It could be the way they behave. It could be anything. Their knowledge, their wealth, whatever that is. And then ask, what is the opposite of it? It is most likely that whatever you have been judging is what you are trying to overcome. So if you are always judging people by their looks, so maybe that is the issue you had it in the previous life you're trying to overcome. If you are always judging by money, by their achievements, by how they talk, sometimes we say, wow, what a good orator. He talks so beautifully. Or sometimes we are saying, oh, look how funny he talks. You know, you're making fun of the person based on the talk. So it may be a projection of you from inside. It will give you hints what you have kind of as a soul plan trying to improve in this life. And that you have to see that how we can be non-judgmental. Self-love, self-esteem, self-confidence. How do you treat yourself is a big part of all this. And again, Master, sometimes it is so easy to blame yourself. And we keep doing that. More than we blame others, sometimes we put ourselves down. Now, that does not mean you will have anger towards your soul. No. Don't think, oh, how can my soul plan such tragic thing in my life, such suffering, such bad events? No. Again, remember, it is learning. You have to go through it to reach the next level. Your soul is like a small child. Hug your soul. Feel good about it. Care, compassion, that kind of feeling you should have towards your soul, not anger. Sometimes we say, oh God, what kind of situation you have put me through. You know, we blame and we cry or we very upset about this. No, you're upset about yourself because your anger must be your God. Take care. The healing will start the moment you hug this child, hug this, your soul and say, okay, I understand. This is the plan. This is for me to learn. That's why I'm going through this, if we call it suffering. And then you will see the moment you are aligned, the moment the love flows between your heart and the brain, the energy path will open. We talked about, Ida and Pingla, the whole, our energy flow, how it happens, between the left and the right side of the body. Prana that flows. You will see a great energy flowing between heart and brain. The moment this opens, the blockages of self kind of anger. So what will happen? when we are resisting, emotions like fear, anger, suffering will take place based on whatever is happening in our life. Remember, whatever you resist persists. The more you try to resist something, it will come more and more. Why? Because resistance means your focus is there. And wherever your focus is, your energy is. Wherever your energy is, universe gives you more of this. So if whole day you are crying about your health, that's where your focus is. That's where your energy is. That's what you're going to get from universe, more and more. So you have to release it. So you have to first drop the resistance. Get away from that emotion. Go to the opposite emotion. So if you are afraid, if you are fear, anger, or about your health, go to the opposite. Feel like you are healthy. You cannot walk having pain. Imagine you are going to track, going to the mountain for vacation, for enjoying, and you can only hike. You can only go to the mountain when you can walk properly. Release that resistance. Don't feel lack at all. Your soul is so bold that it picked this life, that I can go through these, whether we call suffering, emotions, whatever. So don't feel lack, feel strong. We are here to heal. The whole reason of rebirth is to heal whatever the gaps are remaining of energy gap. Our habits are nothing but, we are bundle of energy. We are trying to fill in those gaps. The more we fill, the more we heal. The more we are blaming ourselves, low level energy, the more you get stuck with your thoughts, with the words, action, because that is creating your future. You can become anyone, you can get anything in life. You have to work on your thoughts. So if we respond to life in the loving ways, rather than resistance, create acceptance. Your acceptance create more positivity. Now you are not running away from it. You are accepting it. The acceptance will grow to the next level. You will be hugging it. You will embrace. Yes, that's okay. I'm going through this. It is for your learning. It is for your soul learning to get. It is a good thing, not a bad thing. It is a tough situation, but it is a good thing. Now your perspective has changed. So now you don't hate. You don't run away from it. You have accepted it. No resistance, acceptance. You have embraced it. So what will happen that? It will transform into gratitude, because now it is a tough time, but I'm thankful it is going through so that I can learn this. You'll be thankful to the soul, to the universe, because it is for your healing. So dear masters, we'll end here. We will continue next week. We will recap again and then take some more slides, because it is a little tricky. We go step by step and we continue.